Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the We Only Do One Thing podcast. It's the only podcast in the world that is a complete shit show. I am Turch, and with me is my co-host, the CEO, the man who's sampling my salami. It's Kieran. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing very well. And this is going to go perfect on... I don't have it yet,
Okay.
but I am going to get a Weber grill.
A Weber grill?
You know, the smoke Weber grill?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I feel like this would complement the meat barbecuing and the meat sauces and the meat rubs.
I made this salami, and this is why we're having it with a glass of whiskey.
Yeah.
We're doing salami and whiskey,
Mm.
and I should have cut you up a nice piece of like Italian cheese,
Mm.
and it'll just all go down very well.
Oh, amazing.
Very hard. It actually came. How quick did it come through? It was like 6 weeks.
I feel like we were talking about this only a couple of weeks ago.
I know, and I was like to the grandparents, like the old nonni. They're like, "Oh, come to pick it up. Is it ready?" I'm like, "No." So I went over there. They already cut one open, and they're eating it.
I thought you said it was like 10 to 12 weeks.
I thought that too. That's what I got told. I can only go off what I've been told.
So...
I don't know.
You need to get this knowledge from them.
I'm trying to get this knowledge from them. I think they're just making it up as time goes on. It never feels like there's any structure.
Was the moon right when? So this
Well,
is
look,
maybe
I'm gonna put. You tell me.
maybe the salami wasn't ready, but the moon was right, so that counteracted.
Maybe
that counteracted
it sort
the,
of just
yeah.
magically all put together
yeah.
into a lovely manifestation of salami with this.
It's fucking
You know what?
delicious.
I'm gonna put it out there. They were complaining about the machine churning the meat to like it's not chunky.
Right.
It came out really, but I reckon it's lovely. It's really
It's
like,
fucking. I don't know any different.
okay.
I don't know any different. I don't. It's like the ice hockey.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
know we probably watched really shit ice hockey the other
I
night,
had a fun time.
but I don't know any different. So it was fucking
You know what?
amazing.
The good thing about this, it's got the right amount of spice.
Yeah.
Because they were complaining about not having the paprika they bought like a kilo of paprika. There's a kilo of paprika in there, and they're like, "Oh, that doesn't." I'm like, "That's not going to be spicy. It's going to be like very mild, like a sweet spice."
Yeah.
So they put a whole kilo of cayenne pepper in there as well, the hot stuff.
Oh, I think it's.
Yeah, it's
I think it
perfect.
could also be a little bit hotter,
It could be, but then I think it's meant to be like.
but it tastes fucking
Yeah,
delicious.
it's
The
perfect.
spices. And I'm all done now. I'm out.
I know.
I'm out
I'll
of salami.
cut you
That's
some
my
more.
rant. Not enough salami.
Well, don't worry. There'll be more on Sunday when you come over
Oh,
for a
excellent.
barbecue. We're having the sausages that I
Oh,
got
fucking
in the
beautiful.
freezer, and we made, and we have some salami. But Kieran, I'm going to talk about something. We always talk about how boomers are ruining the world, and let's talk about my rant today. I was watching. Have you ever seen a YouTube channel called Red Letter Media?
No.
At all. It's a bunch of guys from Wisconsin, and they just review movies. That's all they do. But they also do like this series of shows called Best of the Worst.
Best of the West.
And they
right.
just find like the worst B grade films. They watch 3 of them and they decide which one is the best of the worst. But they also, part of that series is this thing called Wheel of the Worst.
Wheel of the West.
And they just they spin the wheel and they choose which film. But instead of having actual films in there, they have like random videos from like the 80s and 90s that people make.
Right, okay.
It's like safety training videos and, how to be a clown and how to do magic. And,
did you ever do, at primary school, bike ed?
Yeah, like...
Do you remember the bike ed videos?
There's a bike traffic school somewhere.
Yeah.
Did you go to that too? But they bike... Like, that's... So they get all the... Like, people...
Oh, I lived in Perth as well, and
Yeah.
they showed us the bike ed. But in Perth, you meant to ride your bicycle one line.
Mm-hmm.
But in Melbourne, which was where the
It's dual.
videotape was from, it was dual.
Dual, yeah.
So they're showing us the video, but also saying, no, that's not how we
Don't
do it.
that, though.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
Why even have the video? Anyway, so that's what they do. They do that. They spin the wheel and they pop up a whole bunch of like these crazy videos. Like they did one called SOS, which Jess and I just rewatched again, and it's about like this Christian cult in Japan. So it's all these music videos about how to be a Christian in Japan. It's fantastic, and they go through it. It's great,
Wow.
great content. Like there was one that was like.
What was that band that was a Christian hit on mainstream?
Creed?
Creed
was one.
Yeah,
Striper is another one.
I think I'm thinking of Creed.
Creed were pretty big like that. Anyway, but one of the videos was on there, and it was how to spot counterfeit Beanie Babies. Do you remember Beanie Babies?
Beanie Babies were a thing, yeah.
In the 90s, somehow they said, hey, these plush teddy bears are a collectible item. Right? And everyone went mad for them. They sold for I don't know, I remember them selling for $20, $30. But apparently, some of them sold for tens of thousands of dollars. And with the, sort of happened at the same time as the internet. And people were buying them and trying to sell them for profit.
Wow.
And just like the baseball card industry that happened, people were oh, we want to collect baseball cards. The baseball card companies caught on to this and said, well, if we just print more cards, we'll make more money because people will get more cards.
And people won't realize that what they think is valuable or in short supply.
Same as Pokemon cards.
Really isn't,
They're really much, they flooded the market. They flooded the market so much that they're actually not worth
anything.
Anything. Or there's only really a select original series that's actually worth any money. But anyway, this video was about how Beanie Babies, you could spot a counterfeit and how much they could be and all that sort of stuff. And I was sitting there going, okay, let me think. They're basically an infinite supply of these dolls that have come in many different colors, many different shapes. There's an artificially inflated market that's definitely going to burst at some point. Beanie Babies are the NFTs of 1999. And now that I've made that comparison, I guarantee you will never think of NFTs of anything more than a Beanie Babies.
I love NFTs.
I think the actual the 8 cards and this and that, I don't think they're actually worth anything. I think it's this artificially inflated market that people are
I'm looking
out.
forward to the day, which I won't. It's a lie. I'm not looking forward to the day. But the day where you can trade your artificial Beanie Baby on the blockchain,
if
brilliant.
If Beanie Babies come out with an NFT, this is the best of the worst of everything. This is combined thing.
And there's only so many of them, and they're limited supply.
Limited edition. But I could just take a screenshot. Yeah, but I know it's not the point, but it's. If you're talking about a collectible item that's rare and that has this artificially inflated market, I think it went baseball cards, basketball cards,
marbles,
I guess to a degree, Pokemon cards, and now I think it's the Beanie Babies, and now I think it's the NFTs. I think the NFTs are the next logical thing in line. But the problem is, and I'm going to go back to why boomers caused this issue. Is because boomers made everything else so unobtainable that we have to artificially make things, but we can't let the boomers get involved. Because if you try to go to your dad...
That's why we've got NFTs. They don't know anything about NFTs.
I know. It's like cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
When your dad goes, how do I buy a Bitcoins? You go, okay, I gotta move and buy some other crypto. I gotta get out, And I think that's why the dip happened. Too many boomers got involved.
Yeah. And then now they're worried about their boomer money.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so they pull it out and we get the dip. Fucking boomers.
Yeah, well, they got to save for their retirement.
No, they are retired. They're all retired.
Yeah.
And now we can't buy.
I feel like boomers are the same as a lot of comedians these days.
They're shit?
No. Like older comedians these days.
Oh, right.
Where back in the day, boomers did all this crazy shit. And now then everything's been regulated and they tell people, oh, you can't do that anymore. Right?
Yeah.
And I feel like older comedians back in the day were super edgy. And now that they're in the spotlight, they've come out and gone, oh, you shouldn't be edgy because that could offend people. And they're it's like climbing up a ladder to a helicopter and then pulling the ladder up so no one else can jump up and be with you in that helicopter. It's the same sort of thing.
It's the same principle.
Same principle. It's just for different.
Well, I found an interesting article, Turch.
Yeah.
And the boomers would have got to enjoy this.
Yeah.
We don't get to enjoy this.
Yeah.
Prostitutes in Kalgoorlie.
Where's Kalgoorlie?
Western Australia.
Okay.
It's like 6-hour drive.
I was going to say, I'm
from
smart
Perth.
enough to know where that is, but I had no idea. I was going to say, lucky, this is for our American viewers, but I couldn't remember either, so.
I don't know, Kalgoorlie's one of those like mining towns or...
It makes sense.
I don't know. Anyway, don't ask me how. I came across this article in 2019.
Yeah.
Which was fascinating. And it was talking about one of the... Oh, no, there was an article that's just come out recently.
Yeah.
But then I was like, that's interesting. Went to the 2019 article. One of the madams was selling like one of the last brothels in Kalgoorlie.
Right.
Which is a bit of an outrage, bit of a
yeah.
Because she said the town can now only support about 34 prostitutes.
Right.
It used to be Hay Street used to be just...
Well, it would fluctuate depending on the mining.
The mining, yeah. And then FIFO work started, fly in, fly out, and then it reduced, and then more families have moved into the area, and it's reduced. But just think of like stables.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the girls would just be in like stables, and then because it's really hot out there, so they're not quite in like.
Not quite indoors, but they're not quite
outdoors. Yeah. And you just close the stable door. And then at one point, the police tried to shut down, the brothels and all of that. And then at another point, it became such a popular, well-known attraction that the police were telling the madams that they had to keep the brothels open because they were such tourist attractions.
Do you think that there are people that fly from Sydney to go to these brothels just for fun?
Probably. There were more brothels in Kalgoorlie than Perth.
I mean, it makes sense. You got to go where that's why like a lot of brothels in America, at least, are near
Vegas
or like near army bases.
Yeah,
because that's like
that's where all the clients are.
Where all the clients are. So taxpayer money is going through the system into the pockets of army people to pay hookers who probably don't pay tax.
Who pay probably no tax.
So if that's not laundering money, I don't know what is.
Yeah. But anyway, the boomers would have got to enjoy that.
Yeah, I would guarantee that.
Yeah.
Sort of. Oh, living the dream, the boomers. Living the dream, the boomers.
They are.
Oh.
Got a story for us, Turch?
Yeah, I do, actually. It's something I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
In, was it August, September, October, November? 4 months.
4 months, November.
4 months is November here. The 2022 World Cup will be happening in Qatar.
Wasn't this the one that was scandaled with bribes?
Yeah, Australia bidded for it, and then Qatar suddenly came out of and Australia got one vote out of 15.
Yeah, okay.
Outrage, but Qatar are like, hey, we're going to build purpose-built stadiums that can seat 80,000 people.
With air conditioning, I believe.
With air conditioning, and then we're going to donate the stadiums to third world countries, and everyone's like, hey, you're going to do that? It's like, I don't know, oil. And we're like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, so where are people going to stay? Because there's not that many. I mean, Qatar's a big city, but not really.
Yeah.
And if you're having...
Isn't it just a lot of desert?
It's a lot of desert, where you get people. So it's okay, we're going to build hotels. I'm like, okay, well...
This is sounding a bit like, what's that that music festival? Fire.
Yeah,
Fire.
It does. It really is. And they're like, oh, okay, well, you're a Muslim country.
The tourists are going to want to drink.
The tourists are definitely going to want to drink. What are you going to do? And they're like, don't worry, we've got another plan. We've from the beginning, we're going to, in the stadiums, you're allowed to drink, you're allowed to do whatever you want. On the streets, you can't, but we're going to have designated places for Westerners to drink, or people that want to drink.
So the brothels and the madams and the drinking are all going to be contained in
one place.
They're sort of like economic free zones in a way.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, well, we can't. Well, instead of doing this, what we're going to do is, because Qatar's sort of on a river or on the sea. Why don't we just put everyone on? And this was one of their ideas. We're going to get the hotels, and so they're in international waters, but not really. everyone can be on a cruise ship.
Uh-huh.
And everyone's like, so how do people get from the stadium to the cruise ship? Oh, we'll bus them there. This is all their ideas.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so it just came out this one. I just love the development of this. I can't wait for the soccer, but I feel like the crowd participation is not going to be.
I don't know how many people are planning on going to Qatar.
Yeah, I don't think people can afford to go to Qatar at this point in time. But this one that's came out, FIFA. Qatar prepare beer policy for soccer fans at the 2022 World Cup. Just came out. Okay, are you excited about this? I took some notes.
Beer policy.
Okay. Beer with alcohol is expected to be sold at World Cup stadiums in Qatar, but many fans may be allowed to only take non-alcoholic drinks to their seat.
Okay.
So, you can go to the stadium.
Do they not know about the crowds that are going to come to the soccer?
Do they not
Die-hard fans who need alcohol, really?
Do they not know how, like you go, it's like going, oh, you can buy chips, but you have to eat them here. Well, no. Like, I want to sit there and watch the game and eat the chips.
Drink, and then get intoxicated, and then get loud.
That's right. There you go. So the hospitality packages offering premium beverages at stadiums have been sold since February. So this is like the Five Festival. You can buy a pass so you can get beverages at the stadium. But at a policy for most fans at 8 venues for the whole time. For long-time World Cup sponsor Budweiser, still needs to be finalised less than 5 months before the tournament. The favoured option is serving beer with alcohol in stadium compounds before and after the games. So not even during the games can you go to the bar and get a full alcoholic beer, only before and after. And during the game, you can only buy non-alcoholic Budweiser Zero and take that to your seats.
Even if I wanted to go, I am turned off by this.
The worst plan ever. So what we're going to do is, this is like an 18-year-old's plan. We're going to pre-drink. And then we're going to rock into a stadium for 100.
They're going to be shit-faced. Pre-drink.
They're going to pre-drink, like, what? I'm going to say, oh, I want to get a buzz on the stadium. Walk in. Come on, England. Score your fucking goals. Boom, boom. Get into some fights with the security there and walk out and go, fuck you. Straight through. And not only that, the worst part about it is they have to drink Budweiser. That's to add to the level of stupidity that's happening at this World Cup.
Oh. That is, I'd be pre-drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. They're an 18-year-old girl.
You know when you go like, you know what, we'll pre-drink to save money.
Yeah.
Pre-drinking always leads to a night of God knows what the fuck you get up to, but you don't save money.
No, because you buy a bottle of whiskey, you spend $50.
How many people do you reckon are going to smuggle booze in?
Oh, I think everybody.
Yeah.
Germans, Italians aren't in the World Cup this year. English, French, Brazilians, Argentines, all these, apart from Qatar, every country in the World Cup that has alcohol as part of
And
culture.
the thing is, they can all buy duty-free when they travel to Qatar, so they're all going to have cheap booze. Well, they're going to be bringing into the country.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right. And flasks at the airport, duty-free flasks. Here we go. So anyway, I'm very upset about that. I feel like this.
And the trick is when you're smuggling alcohol into stadiums, you need to have a few spots on your body because they're obviously if they pat you down.
But no, this is the great thing.
But you've got to know that one or two might end up in security's hand, and then they think we've got it all.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for them because think about it like this, right? When I went to Germany, went to Oktoberfest, I dressed up in the Lederhosen.
Yeah.
Did the pants, the shorts,
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, you're part of everything is good. I would just go into Qatar and be like, man, I'm putting on a pair of those pajamas or whatever the guys wear.
And the tea towel.
And
you would fit right in.
And I'll fit right in with the beard and this and that. It'd be fine. I'd have to darken up my tan a little bit, maybe put a gold chain on. But then they'll pat me down, they'll go through. How many guys are going to, especially Middle East, Mediterranean Europeans, like Spaniards, they're going to be able to fly through. The English might have a little bit more of a trouble. But if you just,
And Act the part.
act the part, I think you might be able to get away with it, especially wearing the Covenant
The
pajamas
white,
or whatever. I'm going to put it out there. Here's something for you. Correlation doesn't equal causation. We talk about it all the time in the show. The less rights women have in a country, the more men wear pajamas out.
Sometimes correlation does equal causation.
I knew you'd like that one. You got some news for us?
Oh, I've got some cracker news. Cracker news, Turch.
For my white people, my crackers.
At this new resort in Mexico, getting drunk is part of the wellness program.
Oh, wow. And the World Cup, 2022 World Cup is moved to Mexico.
The perks of luxury hotels are coming up with to entice people back from the world. Post-pandemic, maybe you need to go on a wellness retreat, Turch.
Yeah, this sounds lovely. I do need this.
And you could go to Mexico, where you could have tacos, have this holistic wellness, and get shit-faced.
This was my plan. Like when the world wasn't a shithole of COVID, and was affordable to do things because the smallest country in Eastern Europe was not being taken over by Russia. Jess and I's goal for our honeymoon was to go to Mexico and do exactly what that just
go on a wellness retreat.
A wellness
and get
retreat,
drunk.
yeah.
I feel like it's only a wellness retreat, Turch, if you go there with your psychologist.
Well, my wife is my psychologist in this kind here.
How could it be? No, I'm not trying
I'll call you. I'll Skype you in. The $50 a day I have to pay for internet over there, that can be covered by my...
50 what?
I don't know. I'm just saying, you know when they always charge you more sometimes at hotels for internet?
Yeah. Well, a new resort in Mexico is opening up to provide wellness. But basically, part of their whole thing is to just get shit-faced for a week.
That's great.
Yeah.
I went to Jess's sister's 30th birthday. And I get there and I was waiting for Jess's brother to come. We're going to smash some beers together. And before he got there, I thought, maybe I'll just start with one. So I pulled out a beer from the esky, and it was the brand of beer is called Stubby.
I've never heard of this beer.
I've never heard of it either. And I thought to myself, I've never heard of this. How bad can it be? You've seen the IT Crowd, right?
3 episodes of the IT Crowd.
Okay. Well, there's an episode where they go over to dinner with Jen, and they bring a bottle of wine, and Jen pulls out the bottle from the bag. It's like, white wine. I've never seen a bottle of white wine called white wine before. That's how I felt about these bottles of beer called Stubby.
Right, okay.
Right? So I take the sip, and I'm like,
What does it compare to?
It was like a watered-down VB.
Okay. VB's not great,
No.
so...
No.
An improvement?
No, worse.
Okay.
Because it had no flavor. Like, at least maybe it has like a bit, like a something.
Yeah.
This was just like...
It's bitter.
Yeah, like, this was just like, So I messaged...
The brother.
I messaged Jess's brother and said, hey, just so you know, this is the beer choice. Mind swinging by a bottle and picking us up a bottle of Jack Daniels. And he comes in and goes, no, my partner said no. You have to do...
Oh, no.
Anyway, so we get through some of these
Whoa.
We get
His
through...
partner said no.
Anyway, it's all right. And that was probably a good choice. Otherwise, I would have drank a bottle of Jack Daniels that night. Because me and Jess's brother could drink a bottle of whiskey in a night very easily together.
Okay.
Anyway, so about 5 beers in, Jess's brother goes up to our brother-in-law and goes, hey, just to let you know, this beer's shit.
Excellent.
I'm like, I'm glad you said it. And he goes, you could have, for the same price, we looked it up on Dan Murphy's website, you could have bought Heineken, you could have bought Stella, you could have got like a Peroni, you could have even bought a slab of Corona. Beers that everybody enjoys. You could have bought VB and more people would have enjoyed it.
Heineken would have been nice.
Heineken's great. Easy, simple, always delicious. Corona, maybe it's a bit cold, but nothing beats a Corona drink.
Yeah.
You could have even bought canned Furphy, and I would have been happy. You can't take. And these are the brother-in-law was like, oh, this is one of the best lagers I've ever had. And I'm like, wow, he got bad taste there.
Yeah, that is terrible taste. That is I've seen the brother-in-law drink.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed with his choices.
No, neither am I.
No.
I'm a simple man. Kieran, you know a lot about companies and taxes and this and that.
I know a little bit about companies and taxes.
Here we go. You're not slick. Panera Bread customer declines rounding up for charity at register and sparks a debate. Billion-dollar corporations do not need cents to donate to charity. So this is the level of discourse that we're having on social media, which relates to articles where people have no idea what the fuck that they're talking about.
Excellent.
A TikToker claimed in a viral video, Panera Bread users rounded up change donations for charity at the cash register as tax write-offs. The claim sparked a debate in the internet about its comment section, whether the claim is a myth and why billion-dollar corporations are requesting donations from average customers in the first place. So this is what the woman said.
Uh-huh.
I was like, yeah, it's a tax write-off. I always say no. And the person behind the counter was like, and they're like, really? It's a tax write-off? I was like, yeah. They make you give them the money so they can donate it to charity, so they can write it off on their taxes and get all that money back. It's just a scam, said the TikToker. Most of the times I'd already made a contribution to charity, and they pocket the money from people sometimes making profit, another falsely claimed. Like, why is $1 million corporation asking me for money, one user argued. So...
Well, they've got that all wrong. It's probably a multi-million-dollar corporation.
Well, they've also got that all wrong because I'm reading this article going, that's not how it works. That's not how... Know that meme? That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. What they're doing is...
Okay, so I buy some bread, which is 503.
Yeah.
And it says, would you like to round up to 505?
5, yeah.
And we'll donate that 2 cents.
Yeah. Yeah. And you go, that's fine. So what happens is, I'll look at the balance sheet, you know, or like a profit and income statement and stuff like that. What they see is they go, oh, it's 2 cents. And it's not, they don't count that as income. They count that as like a liability, right? They don't, like, if they collect $1,000 for charity, they can't claim that they gave $1,000 to charity. It's like, this is the money that we collected on your behalf.
Yeah.
Here's that
so
money.
It's not part of their profit.
It's not part of their profit. It's not part of their income. It's part of this, like, conduit, like a banking system. Like, we're going to hold the money for this charity, you know? And this is all the donations that everyone else is giving. It's like the church. Like, you know, the church will go, like the priest doesn't go, here, you go give the money. It's like, oh, well, I gave all this money. No, it's like, no, this is from the collective group. That's how it works. But everyone is thinking now that, oh, if I give, you know, the rounded up cents to the company takes that, puts it on there, it says, we made more money. Oh, but all that money that we made, we're going to take it.
Well, that would be illegal.
That's illegal.
Yeah,
yes.
That would be illegal if they did that.
That bit there.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of accountants that they have on and legal team. They pay $1 million a year for them to go, no, that you can't do that.
It's almost like trying to claim fringe benefits.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Your accountant won't let you do that. Like,
yeah, exactly right. Like, oh, we don't want to pay capital gains tax, but everyone's going to jail. Like, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. So, while companies can write off charity donations, it makes them profit end to end on taxes. Tallied up cents from customers are not included on write-offs, according to AP News. Customers may document and write off the cash register donations on their own tax returns, but stores cannot claim the donations as their own. Instead, a company can act more like a holding receptacle, exactly what I said, and keep the customer donations completely separate from their own. So then she comes back onto TikTok while everyone explains this to her. She goes, I promise you they are not harming charities by giving 8 cents by giving these fucking billion-dollar companies that they ask for the money. Also, charities are a fucking scam in the first place. If you didn't want to give to people, you don't fucking need to make an organization about it. Why would you just give to the fucking people? She continues. My fucking question is, why do all these egregious myths do not donate your 8 cents to all these billion-dollar corporations? I wouldn't worry your fucking brains. So she comes back in the second video and says, well, corporations and charities are a scam. And it's like, well, okay. You've already said in your first video.
I feel like you would say that in your first video if that was the actual point.
Yeah. You can't if you go, oh, here's the correct advice from, accountants.
Charities, that, you know what? It's easy to just say charities are a scam.
Yeah. Look, and I guarantee there are heaps of charities that they say they're not for profit, but then it's every dollar that's donated, 80 to 90% goes to advertising, marketing, legal, and only 10% actually goes to whatever you're donating to.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I understand.
The charity needs to hire a CEO.
Yeah, exactly right.
And a marketing team.
I'm not saying that's wrong, but, if you had
And they need to fly to Africa first class,
But if you have two organizations that
you can't expect a CEO to not sleep in an airplane.
That's very true. If you've got two organizations that you want to, and it's for the same cause, and one of them goes, hey, but 50% of what you give definitely will go to people, and 10% will definitely go to people. You'd be like, I'll probably donate to the one that's giving 50%. You gotta sort of check that out.
Mm-hmm.
But to say all multinational, multi-billion-dollar corporations and charities are all a scam. One of them definitely is more than the other.
I feel like the charity's more of a scam.
I prefer charity than the government doing that.
I love just listening to people's financial advice
when they have nothing
on TikTok or social media. It is just.
Did we ever bring any clips from that podcast called The Financial Feminist? Did
you
listen?
No.
That's something you need to do, because I think we need to do a financials type of episode every so often.
I think so, because some of the advice is just all right. Let's. I'm going to bore our listeners for a moment, Turch. Bore our listeners. Mm-hmm. I'll let you go first, or I can go first.
Whatever.
You tell the listeners, what do they need to do to become wealthy in the future? This is going to be Kieran and Turch's financial advice.
Find a career that you can steadily progress in. Put away at least $100 of your salary, every fortnight.
Mm-hmm.
Put away $100 extra into your mortgage if you've got a mortgage.
Yeah.
And don't get an offset account because they're not worth it. And invest in yourself.
I like that. Invest in yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a really don't go back to university if you've already got a degree.
Mm-hmm.
But see if your work is willing to sponsor you to do a course.
Mm-hmm.
Or find a role that'll help you do the. You're going to plan 5 to 10 years in the future.
Yeah.
So look for the job you want in 5 to 10 years.
End destination. What's the end destination? And work back. Yeah.
And work back. So what skills do I need just to get that?
See, mine...
And learn Microsoft Excel.
Mine is take your money.
Yeah.
As much as you can.
Yeah.
Put it in basically the S&P 500 index. Yeah. Low-cost index fund.
So I don't know enough about shares. So for me, it's I'll tell you
dollar cost average, which is put the same amount in and don't even worry about the market.
Yeah.
And in 10 to 15 years,
you'll be
fine.
Yeah. It's the same. I always feel the same. It's when you got a mortgage, let's just say you're making, I don't know, $2,000 a month in repayments or $1,500 a month in repayments. Isn't that? Just put an extra $100 in. So it's an extra $5,000 a year. Pretend that's what you always do. That's your actual repayment. And because of compound interest, which you all know is great, in 10 years, you would have knocked down 10 years of your mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
And then not only that, you've got additional equity built up. So you can, when you sell the place, you have all this money as a backup. And that's your nest fund anyway. and you can put it towards your next place, or you can take it all out and then put it in other investments. You can take it, you can buy an investment property and this and that. But it's all about making sure that you're comfortable with how much income you're making. You got to start there.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
That's it. That's all you need.
It's pretty simple. Find a job that you like doing that makes you enough income to live.
Yeah.
Happily. If you've got if you've got rent, it's the same thing for rent. Let's just say I don't know how much rent is, like $1,500. Let's say if rent is $1,000 a month or $1,500 a month, say it's in your head, say it's $600, $1,600. That extra $100 put into a savings account, and that's it.
Yeah,
and put it to a side.
And I would actually say put it in the stock market if you don't need it,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
pay off your fucking mortgage,
Or pay off your mortgage. Yeah,
either one.
Doesn't matter. Mortgage for me is more of a priority because at least you have a house.
Yeah.
Once you get it down to like a low enough value, you can just wipe down that cost all the way down, and then get another loan for an investment property, and then use the equity to offset everything.
I don't know. They seem to just make it really fucking complicated.
Yeah, less is more.
Well, less is so more.
Don't worry. Like I said, if invest in things you're interested in.
Fuck yeah.
If you like commodities, I like commodities. Buy commodities. If you're interested in shares, buy shares. But if you're interested in property. Just don't buy Beanie Babies and don't buy don't buy NFTs. I don't know enough about them, but they seem like Beanie Babies to me.
Fuck yeah. Turch. Time for some Putin watch.
Oh, good old Putin watch. We used to do Trump watch back in the day.
I know. Well, I think it's now got to be Putin watch. Western leaders would look disgusting topless, says Putin.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see Nancy Pelosi with her top off, or Kamala Harris.
Ew.
Yeah.
No. I think he's.
I do. What's her name?
Look at him here. Yeah,
he's a monster.
He's on a horse.
What's AOC? What's her name? The one in America, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. That's one I'll see topless.
Who's this? I've got to get ahead of my American politics.
Yeah. See the one in the middle.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'd see her topless. Yeah, for sure.
Russian President Vladimir Putin shot back at Western leaders who mocked his athletic exploits, saying they would look disgusting if they tried to emulate his bare torso appearances. Putin made the comment during a visit to Turkmenistan?
Turkmenistan,
yeah.
When
asked about the Western leaders joking about him at the G7 summit. As I sat down for talks.
Oh, and Tulsi Gabbard as well. Yeah, she's great. She's like the most normal person in politics.
Oh, she is, isn't she?
Yeah, she's great. She's like a 10 out of 10.
How did she not get, voted? I don't know.
Because she's too normal.
Yeah. She's not crazy.
And she's young as well. She's only like 40.
I feel like their presidents need to be 60 plus.
No, I don't know why. I hope that she's the first female president, because I like her.
I hope so too. She just seems... Hey, this is now serious.
She actually answers the questions when they ask her stuff.
The state election's coming up, Turch.
Yeah.
And there is a seat in the state election called Laverton. I live in Laverton.
What did you do?
I could run for the seat of Laverton.
You should.
The Victorian Socialists have put up a candidate. It's not Kath Larkin.
No, she's around here.
But
she is our arch enemy and she doesn't even know. You should try to get her on the show again. Have you had another experience?
We're too right wing for her.
I don't even know why.
Turch, when you're so far on the left that everything is right to you,
pretty much.
We are a far right.
I don't even know. I keep thinking, people go, "Oh, you're really right wing, Anthony." I'm like, I just don't no. I just want people to be able to do whatever they want. I like drugs for people. I like guns. I like no taxes.
Oh.
This is all very lefty. I think there should be some sort of social safety net. Realistically, I guess now that they're right wing to a degree, but a lot of them once upon a time were left. I don't care what the gays do. You know, I was anti-marriage, like, for everybody. like I was the most, like, I way past where they're going. Like, how about we not get the government involved at all? Whoa. Well, back it up. We want the government involved. Whoa,
The government should not be involved in marriage.
No.
Why are they involved in marriage?
I don't know.
To do with taxes.
You get a tax write-off for a little bit.
You get it's the taxes. It's the taxes.
Exactly.
So I could be running for the seat of Laverton
That's good.
in the state
What was
election.
your article again? Putin.
Putin,
Yeah. Is there any Australian politicians that you would like to see topless?
No.
I can't even think of.
I don't even know who our Australian politicians
I
are.
can't even think of an Australian woman politician that is under the age of 50. Julie Bishop is over 50.
Over 50, yeah.
Lambie is over 50.
Yeah.
Hanson over 50. Gillard over 50.
Some of these aren't even in our parliament anymore.
They're still around. What was the premier of
Jacinta Allen.
No, she's Arden. She's the one.
No, Jacinta Allen.
No,
Not Jacinta Arden.
that's the one from.
Yeah, that's the Kiwi.
She's really unattractive as well.
She's Kiwi.
I want to see her. See Daniel Andrews topless.
Because Turch. I'm going to run for the seat of Laverton.
Yeah, well, I've seen you topless.
We're gonna fix the bins.
Yeah.
We're gonna fix the traffic lights.
And
God damn it, those lifeguards are getting a new flag.
What is one? Made in Australia though. That's what I'm going for one. I got a new bin.
Did you?
I got so Australia, or at least our council has decided that.
Oh, don't tell me you got the purple bin now.
No. A block of 4 units on a one block needs not just a recycle bin, not just a rubbish bin, but also a green waste bin.
Mm-hmm.
But not for
not for every unit.
No, for every unit.
Oh, for every unit now.
So not only do I have like a green waste bin, but my front neighbor who already had a green waste bin that we all just sort of shared because we've got I've got no, I got fake grass. He's got a front lawn. That's why he's got it. He's got not only a big green waste bin, but also a small one now.
I feel like he could be auctioning off this bin to the neighborhood on the street.
It's great.
Like those who need an extra green bin.
No, but everyone got one.
Yeah, wow.
They just came around and said,
Do you know what it was?
It's only for,
I can tell you what happened.
It's only for table scraps. It's only for
I can tell you what happened, Turch. The council said, no people in units. Then, of course, they subcontracted out to some company who has to deliver bins. And it's some 20-year-old going, the message, yeah, we've got to give bins to everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's 4 houses here. There's 4 houses here.
And then they're going to get back and go, we don't have enough bins for all the neighborhoods.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look, I've got one. So if you need to recycle.
No.
I'll type rubbish today.
I've got a bin guy.
No, you got a bin guy.
I got a bin guy, yeah.
Kieran, you're on the dating scene.
Mm-hmm.
You look out for the women in the clubs and this and that. Let you know they've got a secret weapon.
Oh.
And just so I'm letting you know, I'm letting all the men know that are single and ready to mingle with the ladies, that the ladies do have a new secret weapon to get you and all of your money and investments and knowledge.
Is it a new scent?
It is a new scent.
It's
It's called vabbing.
vabbing.
The TikTok trend says that you should use your vaginal juices as perfume. It's called vabbing, a poetic merge of the words vagina and dabbing. But how does it work, Kieran? That's something you might be asking. Basically, you wear your vaginal fluids as perfume. You put your fingers inside yourself, dab your juice on your wrists, your neck, and behind your ears, and wherever you normally put perfume. People
and wherever you normally put, where else do you put perfume?
I'm gonna put it out there. They always say the wrist and behind the ear
and the neck
and the neck. The neck I kind of get, but the wrist is an androgynous zone. I don't know. I don't get that one. I just spray it here, on my body, and then I walk through it. That way, I just
you absorb it.
Yeah. People talking about it on TikTok reckon the pheromones from your pussy will help you attract partners, and they swear by it. Where did this come from? And this is one of the reasons why I bring this in, is who knows where the practice of wearing vaginal fluids as perfume originated from. But according to Mandy Lee, and the term vabbing came from a podcast called the Secret Keepers Club. Secret Keepers Club, sorry. Comedians Carly and Emma, who host the show, spoke to a listener who experimented using her coochie juice as perfume. She said she had overwhelmingly positive results, and now all her friends are doing it too. So this podcast, the Secret Keepers Club.
She's got 2 friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
The secret. We're going to have to listen
We're
to the
going
show.
to have to listen to it. Yeah, that's why I brought it in. So anyway, I read the rest of the article, and they talked to this scientist.
Uh-huh.
All right? And he's like a professor of biological sciences and sex and marriage.
No professor of biological science is going on a fucking podcast called...
No. The journalists.
Oh, right.
Anyway, Professor Elgar says there's no research that vabbing works. And in fact, pheromones don't work on humans because we don't have the receptors for pheromones.
I was going to say, the fucking dogs would smell it.
Yes, they have pheromone receptors, but we don't. And in fact, we may not even actually make pheromones themselves because we don't have the receptors for them. Or if we do make some sort of pheromone, it's part of everything else, and we just can't perceive them.
We can't smell it. Yeah, there you go. I was about to say, there's no way they've got a fucking scientist on to support them.
Well, Secret Keepers Club, down the line, we might have to...
Fuck it, let's review it for next week.
Oh, no, we've got Financial Feminist to look at.
All right, Financial Feminist, Secret, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Turch, I've got one more article.
Yeah, it's good.
A Las Vegas man has been arrested. And I feel like this is very much on our vabbing, but not quite vabbing.
Okay.
A Las Vegas man has been arrested for smearing bacon on a Muslim's family door car.
God dang it.
A 58-year-old man has been arrested for a hate crime after he allegedly smeared raw bacon on a Muslim family's home in Las Vegas Valley. Anyway, I just thought that was funny. Like,
I consider it a hate crime.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone's lactose intolerant and you pour some milk on them, that's a hate crime too. Is that like, where does it? If
I just go, where do you get the idea of going? Hang on a sec, fuck stick. I'm gonna go inside and get some bacon.
I just like the fact that
I would never
I
would never give up my bacon to smear it on someone else's car.
If you never hated someone as much as this guy obviously has.
No, I obviously haven't.
But realistically, you could probably use that bacon again. Because if you're just wiping it quickly on the car, and then you could cook it up, it kills the bacteria. You're good to go. And that's a great way of doing it, because that guy can now no longer get into his car. He has to wash the car. So maybe, I know what this actually is. This isn't, he didn't want to do this. This is how I would play it.
There's bacon in the exhaust.
This is how I would play it. I would be like, no, I always overhear that guy's wife talking about how he never does anything and the car's always dirty. And he thought he was helping out. Thought if I smear the whole place with bacon, he has to wash the car.
Yeah, he does have to wash the car, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
That's right,
does.
Yeah,
that's right. So he has to wash the car. I'm helping this woman out. That's how I would play it. That would be my defense attorney.
What a great defense attorney! That would just be brilliant.
Can you imagine that? He never washes his car. I figured if I smear bacon, at least he'd wash it, and the wife would be happy. And then the judge would be like, boy or woman, man or woman judge. The woman would be like, I understand that. My husband also doesn't wash the car.
Come over and smear bacon on my car.
Yeah, like, oh, fucking hell, that woman always does. And I wouldn't do it unless there was fucking bacon on the car. All right, wash the car, sir. You pay for it, though. You pay for it, you know. You replace this man's bacon. He's doing literally the Lord's work. And with that, Kieran, I think we can wrap this one up. Ladies and gentlemen, for all your wanking needs, make sure you follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you've got some hate mail, some death threats, rants, contact us on any of those social media platforms or email us at weonlydoonetake@gmail.com. Good to have you in the studio, Kieran. Woo! And we'll see you next Thursday. just...
That's great.
Come on, man. Motherfuckers, guys, come on. Give me the 5-star rating, baby. Give me the 5-star. That's all I want, baby. That's all I want. I'll fuck all the beautiful girls in the goddamn world. They'll fuck a 10-star. I just want 5. 5, baby. Just 5.